That gameplay, whew, I mean, first off, Bordeaux, good fight. Good fight. That's tough. That is tough. But we're going to talk all about the gameplay video today. Ultimate Team is tomorrow for College Football 25. I know. We're covering it all. We're talking about everything. I want to just cover some few points that I saw today. Not going in depth. You want to watch the whole thing. It's about 20 minutes. Go watch it. It's on EA's College Football 25 YouTube channel or plenty of other places, I'm sure. Lots to watch in there. Lots to enjoy. But my job, I'll look a little deeper. And of course, because of what I saw, hey, MaddenTurf.com. If you use code 1 week, you can use it today. It's going to be 20% off any of our monthly or yearly packages for Madden 25 or College Football 25 or both. That's up to you. Use code 1 week, 20% off. Let us help you get better at the game. Let's go take a look at what we saw and break it down. So, presentation, we obviously get to see so much more of that today. Fantastic. The presentation looks fantastic. That's like, we already know that. We already know all of that. They played 2 games in here. They're not full games, if you're wondering. But the couple, look at him. He had no idea what's coming. So, let's leave it here. What we want to talk about, a few things that I personally saw. The movement in the game looks so much better. I saw a lot of people mention it feels like a more refined version of what Madden 20 was. Again, looks can always be deceiving. You don't really know. And especially when you have players, and this is never an offense to anyone, that aren't a stick skill player, right? They're not. So it's difficult to always tell. But the running moves do look very good this year. The spin looks like it's back. Again, EA always switches up between spins and jukes and trucks and stiff arms and what is good. Spinning looks good. The jukes, the long jukes and the short jukes also look good. And again, what a lot of us really want is that left stick capability for actually controlling your player. It does look better. Again, I haven't played, so since I haven't played the game, I can't say, man, it's going to be great. I don't know, but it looks better. And I think part of the reason it looks better is because obviously the game speed is so there. Seeing that it's a football game. I know it's a simulation type of game, but you need a little bit of arcadiness in football games to make them a little more fun to people. That seems to be there. The breakaway speed seems to be there. So from a movement standpoint, I'm excited. I'm excited about the movement. I gotta put my hands on it though. That's about it. There's also a pretty big emphasis on fatigue and wear and tear and abilities and all that. While it looks like it was impacting the game, again, hard to tell how much it's really impacting when you're not seeing sort of a best on best sort of thing, right? The better player is going to be less impacted by certain things like that. We saw things on the passing. Again, I'm pretty sure you could probably just turn on a classic mode, but the pass leading also seems to be there. Not quite what it used to be in games, but still having that tiny bit of user control is such a gap that can be created. One thing we didn't really see a lot of was switch stick. Again, I would have liked to have seen more of that. I would have liked a little more emphasis on that. But again, this is early on. That's something that we're all just going to get used to as we play the game. But pass leading seems to be okay. The abilities seem to be potentially overpowering at times, but you also know that they're not always going to be on. So it's just more, there's going to be more awareness of what we see out there. But again, no hands-on, hard to say. I'm in the middle on that. If you love sports, you're looking to take your daily fantasy experience to the next level, check out my favorite app in the entire world right now, Prize Picks. It's really simple. All you have to do is pick more or less on a player's projection, and then you can win up to 100 times your money. We're not going to leave you hanging here. If you use code CC when you sign up right now, you can get your first deposit matched up to $100. All you have to do is either click the link in the description, go download the app from the App Store. Either way, you will be set and ready to go. And this way you will not miss out on the weekly specials like Choco Tuesday, which is discounts, Flex Friday, which is a protected entry. So check out Prize Picks today. Again, use my code CC. Thank you guys for all the support. Back to the video. One thing I did really like as well was when selecting your defensive play, the ability to just select your coverage shell. We saw them talk about that, and then you can obviously change it again after you have selected your play. Very nice feature to go in there. Should create some interesting combinations of getting players in particular spots that you want them to be in, especially with them removing baseline. So we will all learn some of those things. And I think for the most part, though, a lot of players are really just going to leave it the way it is. That's kind of the way a lot of people did. They came out, they didn't baseline, they left everything the way it was. 90% of players aren't going to be touching a feature like that. That is really more for the hardcore side, more for the online side of things. So I like it. May not be the most useful thing to you guys. Now, we did also see the home field advantage stuff kind of come into play here. If you've played Madden, some of the stuff is not really new. But one thing that I missed seeing, and I didn't think I would actually miss, is when hurrying up, seeing the players kind of go to the line and not just having it be a cut there. Again, it's a little tiny thing. The turbo hurry up can be very, very effective. Again, I have some questions personally once we get hands on the game on how you can combat some of these things. I know it's just going to be a timeout, but again, with custom route stems versus someone running hard flats, you're giving the offense an advantage on creating route depths, and you're not giving the defense an appropriate advantage on creating zone drops. So I'm very curious to see how that truly works. I had that concern May 31st. I have that concern on July 8th still. And from a defensive standpoint, harder to say like what's good, what's not. It seemed like Donovan Edwards was playing a lot more man coverage, which seemed to be doing well. Bringing pressure, a 4-man pass rush with good pass rushers seemed to be pretty good. But bringing actual pressure in man, I think it's going to be very good on day one, especially because there's a lot of players coming back into this game who haven't been around for a while. Making quick reads seems a little bit difficult. What that means in retro as well with it is if people are going to have trouble passing, they're going to be running, and the game does. Again, college kind of is it's evolved, but being able to run the football in college is still very important. And it seems like that is a much better, easier way to play offense at the start of the year. It generally is. Most people are going to default to running the ball, so I would expect a lot of that as well, because passing will be difficult. People will get into those things, and the best way to defend the runs, it's going to honestly take time to figure out the formations, blitzes, how gap protections work, how the run fits work, all that. Again, a little bit more difficult to figure all that stuff out. So when you get the game, expect someone to be running the ball all over you. That's the truth. Those are my thoughts on the game. I'm obviously very excited. We are 1 week away. Ultimate Team Deep Dive is tomorrow. We don't really have any information on Ultimate Team at all. We've seen a few cards, but to me, it's going to be one of two things. Okay. One, it's going to be basically just like Mutt. It's going to be just kind of like Mutt. Or two, it's going to be sort of like the testing ground for different things that they may want to bring into Mutt in the future. I'm leaning more the first one. I think they need to make it basic. We'll see how it goes. I'll give a lot of my thoughts on that tomorrow. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Watch this. Have fun. We are a week away, boys. I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.